What's up, y'all? So, we'll see who comes in. Oh, man. So, we're talking about can spiritual people find love today? And, like, my heart chakra has been so open since. Am I good? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. What's up? So anyway, so we're talking about can spiritual people find love today? And like my heart chakra has been going crazy lately. And I know it's because I got this other tech type. But I was actually watching something this morning, and the guy Black Magic or whatever, Black Magic 636, I think. But he had did a panel, and he was asking like a panel of like spiritual people, if it's like hard for spiritual people to find love. And I thought that this topic was really interesting because before I saw this video, I also saw a comment, and I mentioned this in one of my videos, that someone had mentioned that it's hard for people that, hey, what's up, boo? It's hard for people who like read tarot and like actually do like spiritual work. Um, he was like, basically, they were saying that it's hard for us to find love, right? And this was like, I think it was like some, I can't even remember, but anyways, so people were just comparing the fact that like spiritual people and the practices that we do is evil, and that's why we can't find love when we are being cursed, right? Anyways, so I kind of wanted to discuss why I think it's hard for spiritual people to find love, okay? So this is my opinion, okay? I am entitled to that shit. So if you don't like what I have to say and you don't like my answer, then so be it. But I'm just speaking hard ass facts right now, okay? So the reason why I think that spiritual people cannot find love is because there are more than just spiritual people that can't find love. All right. So let's just be real about this. Not only can spiritual people not find love, but regular people, religious people, non-religious people, it's hard for people to find love in general. So to generalize spiritual people is fucking ignorant and naive, first of all. Okay. Second of all, most of us cannot find love because we are chasing a dopamine dream of love. All right. A lot of us grew up, especially girls, we grew up, of course, they catered these Disney movies to us women, to us little girls, right? They get us early. All right. They program us early to think that love, let me close my windows, y'all, make us think that love is this fairy tale like story, like that the prince is supposed to come save us, and basically like we live happily ever after, the end. All right. They don't talk about the bullshit, the issues, the mommy daddy issues, the court issues, the money issues, the baby mama drama, the baby daddy drama, real life drama. They don't talk, they skip all of the getting to know you, and they go straight in for the we fall in love. All right. And so that's what a lot of us do. We, especially women, because we're very emotional people, okay? We're emotional beings. When we meet someone and it's like they meet like 25% of our criteria, we tend to fall head over heels for this person, or we develop these like emotional attachments to people. We don't protect our heart chakra. We don't protect our sacral chakra. And so we open it up. Sorry, you guys, my light went out, so don't be afraid, okay? Anyways, so I wanted to be in the dark anyway. But a lot of us just we skip over the entire like real ass facts about what a relationship is. Just like when you meet someone, okay, just like when you go to a job, right? And you have to develop a relationship on the job with people, to do your job and to function, all these things. It's the same way as a relationship. Any relationship requires time and effort put into it to develop it. Anything, any relationship that you have with a pet, with a plant, with crystals, with anybody, you have to develop some sort of rapport in order to familiarize yourself with this person or this place or this thing, in order to have a healthy working relationship with this particular item, whatever it may be to you, right? And so what happens, right? As women, we fall head over heels, and then the person disappoints us, then we disappoint ourselves, and then now we have a block heart chakra, right? We have a blocked sacral chakra because this happens more than just one time. We allow, people to hurt us. And as many times as we try to fall in love or to like someone, it's like we always get disappointed, or it's like we always get set back, And so it's a generational curse of love. It's a generational, it's a sex curse of women. I think it is. It's a curse on women to make us think that love is supposed to be this cookie cutter, candy jar, fucking princess wedding. That's what it's supposed to be. Now, I'm not saying that I don't believe in fairy tales. Hey, Yolanda, what's up? I'm not saying that I don't believe in fairy tales. Yeah, it does go for a man too, all right? I mean, I'm a woman, so I can't speak for men, but I understand both sides, okay? So this is a universal opinion, but I'm speaking about women because I'm a woman. I can only speak for women because that's what I am, okay? And I'll get to the men in a second, all right? But like I was saying, so it's like we get sucked into this facade, of falling in love because it's supposed to be this story. And not to mention Disney movies, but then we look at songs, we look at love songs, how love songs were, at least back in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, all right, before like the 90s, before they talk about, fucking people and all types of stuff on. So I'm talking about like real love songs, like those real love songs, like the love songs that, not bumping and grinding, but like, when the it's just that tender love, like y'all know what I'm talking about. But we get wrapped up in these songs, and it's a veil that's put over our eyes about love. And so we have this completely delusional, it's a complete delusional way of thinking of how love should be, all right? It is natural for people to look for companions, right? So I always say I never marry for love. I will never marry for love alone, okay? As a woman, I want stability, all right? I want a man to provide for me. I want stability. I want to be able to come home to a home that is stable, that is working like properly, as far as, the fucking roof is on, the water's running, the heat's running, the AC's running. I want to be able to come home to something that's safe, right? Especially, if we have kids together. I have a daughter, obviously, but, just for safety purposes. That is what I want as a woman. I want to feel like I'm protected and I'm safe and I'm provided for naturally, right? But what happened over time, even through the years, through movies and makeup, we tend to see the shift change where women become, especially when women had to start going to work once they sent the men out to the army, to go to war in the army. And, back in the World War I and II, especially in World War I, when women had to go and work and had to go and do what men do. And so we became masculinized, right? And that's when the roles started not to flip, but the roles started to merge together, all right? And that's when you have a distortion in universal law. And that's where I think we completely fucked up when it comes to love. The roles have merged, right? Men have one role, and that is two, but one role is, which will encompass all, is to go out, get the money and bring that shit back home. That's all the man got to do, right? The woman can then take that money and flourish it, and turn it into, the home that is cozy, and you come home, it smells good because she's cooking. She got the kids in order, everything is good. Like, she doesn't have to go out and fend for the family, because that's not naturally of an order of what a woman is supposed to do, by order of the universe. All right, I'm not making this shit up. And then of course, we now think about, Christianity incorporating the Bible, when now, a woman came from a man. It's like, how the fuck did a woman come from a man? Like, how the fuck does that shit even work? Like, oh, so you guys just like completely manipulated the natural birth order of the universe just for the Bible, and so a lot of us grew up Christian, so we become slaves to this knowledge, this fake knowledge of, Christianity, and the way it has perceived women to be more docile to a man, and so that's, for me, that's from a woman's standpoint, that we just have it completely fucked up because of the media. We have to completely, not only are we working to like realign ourselves with the natural order of the universe and getting back to our divine feminine, of course, but we also have to reprogram our mind and the things that we learned, the things that we picked up, and these fantasies and fairy tales that we have in our head. I had to really let go of the fantasy and the fairy tale that, if this man doesn't work, then the next man has to work, because I have to have someone. Like, I have to have a man. I don't need to have a man. Like, really, the only thing I need a man for is to procreate. Like, that's really it. I can provide solely on my own, and quite frankly, I can do battle by myself. Not to sound cliche, but that's absolutely real. When we talk about struggle love, and I wanted to actually make the title Struggle Love, but we're so addicted, and men and women, we're addicted to that struggle love. And that's where we fuck up with love as well. We get into these relationships and we're actually doing worse than what we were doing on our own. And women, even especially when we go into these relationships and we're giving men our last dollar, here we are, single mother, we get with the man that's not even the father of our kids, and then we're draining ourselves. We're already drained because the father's not even paying child support, or he's not helping out. I mean, it's just so many scenarios where, as women, we just completely drain ourselves in relationships, and that's where we fuck up with love. And then now we have a bad taste in our mouth about love, and it's just so many things that happen. We lose our self-confidence. We become delusional. Our root chakra is all completely blocked and fucked up, and our heart chakra, then we gotta cut cords, and we're not cutting cords when we get rid of these people, and now we're dragging their energy into the next relationship, and oh my god, like, it's a complete fucking mess. And not to mention that, as women, even in our past, if you've become celibate now, but even in our past, when we've let men have sex with us that have these mental issues, these family curses, and then goodness knows if we allow that man to then impregnate us and we have his baby, and then we continue to have sex with him afterwards because it's convenient sex, because that's your baby father. It's just an exchange of horrible ass energies, right? And then if he's out, having sex with multiple women, he's now bringing that energy back to you. And the tree of life and the curse and the cycle continues, and it never stops. No one ever stops to say, okay, when do we stop doing this? When do we say enough is enough? When do we say we need to really take a step back and realign ourselves as individuals and know who we really are? Know thyself means also knowing your masculinity and knowing your femininity, knowing your divine masculine, knowing your divine feminine. It's not just knowing yourself to know your knowledge and who your ancestors are, but it's also to know who you are as a human being that's grounded in this earth, in this realm right now. Okay, your ancestors are gone. Yes, we can learn about them, but what about you right now? Like, we got to live in the present moment, right? So if you're not living in the present moment for that moment, then what are you doing? So that's for my women. For my men, okay, so this, whew, all right, for my men are definitely, my men's frequencies are definitely distorted, especially from hip hop. Of course, the Bible and things like that, but hip hop music has completely distorted our men's views and visions on women and the relationships that they have with women, starting with their mothers. Okay, their mothers who are single mothers. The mothers are left maybe sometimes with multiple kids. The mother is angry, so that anger then transcends into the man, and then he takes that energy and he transcends that into his life. Energy is not created nor destroyed, it's only transferred. That mother takes her energy of anger and resentment towards the father, transcends it, sends it, transfers it into her son. He then takes that energy and puts it into his family, into his son, and it just keeps on fucking going. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's the gift and the curse that keeps on giving. All right, that's definitely number one. Number two, our men, and that's really where it stems from. Our men are lost. A lot of our men out here are not taking care of their kids, and that's just because they didn't have a father around to take care of them. I mean, it's just so. And then, and who do we blame this on? It's like there's always a cause and effect to the cause and effect to the cause and effect. It's not a cause and effect because something had to cause the effect that caused the effect that caused the effect. You see what I mean? It's a domino effect. It just doesn't stop. And you could probably blow your brains out trying to pinpoint the complete, like, utter, exact, factual, actual truth to why these things are happening. But even as men, we lead, not even we, but as men tend to also lead women on. It's like they don't want to be serious with themselves. And so because they're not serious with themselves, they can't take a woman seriously. It's just so crazy how these things just tumble like an avalanche coming down the hill. It's like it's just picking up more snow, until it finally stops. And once it stops, it's gonna knock everything the fuck out, because the problem has become such a bigger problem than what it has started out to be. Our men are in a really bad place because our men are being demasculinized, and the women are being defeminized, and then they're blending the roles together. With the men being demasculinized, especially when you look at the fact that, they're locking our men up left and right. The women have to then come to their rescue. So it's like, as a man, like, do you really think like a man really wants a woman to come to his rescue? But if he's just shit in the hole, can't do what he really needs to do to get out of the shithole that he's in, right? And we could blame a lot of things. It could be due to the system. It could be due to his lack of education. It's just so many things that it could stem from. And he just doesn't have the building blocks to be able to get himself out of a situation, or to get himself into a better position. So as women, black women especially, we are the most educated women sector in the United States of America, United Snakes of America, if you didn't know that. All right, black women were the highest educated. So how do you think that makes a man feel? It's like the shit is crazy. So my point is, because I don't want to be on here long at all, but my point is that I have realized, like, in my mind, I have broken down so many different scenarios about love and why spiritual people, they say, can't find love. Our third eyes are so open, we're so in tune. And this is a general collective statement. We're so in tune to higher vibrations. A lot of times people that we meet just on the street just don't match our energy. They just don't match the lifestyle in which we've transitioned into. And so it's really hard for a lot of people to bring their vibration down to match someone, because now you're feeling like, you have to downgrade yourself in order to find a companion, and eventually you will resent that person. And it won't even be because of you. It'll just be because, yes, it will be, because you could have just walked away. But at the end of the day, it's just, again, it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse to have this knowledge, because here we are trying to be regular people. We're trying to be this outer shell body, but knowing that our soul and our spirit is on another level, it's on another dimension. Again, it's hard for us as spiritual healers, spiritual people, connected, whatever you want to say, us woke ass motherfuckers. It is hard for us to find love. Yes, it is definitely probably harder for us to find love, but it's hard for a lot of people to find love. So, if you hear the statement, or if you guys come across the video online or what have you, don't try and feed too much into what people are thinking. Keep an open mind and really try to expand your mind and really think as to why you may not have found love, or why love has gone different ways, whether good or bad for you. Most of us being bad. And for those that are single, like, don't be afraid to be single. Being single, I think, is like, not, I want to say it's very empowering, but it can be very fulfilling in certain ways. But I also understand that it can be definitely lonely in other ways as well. And so you got to kind of pick your battle, which way you want to go with this. And I would definitely say to continue to, protect your lower chakras, because the ego is a bitch, and it will have you out here real horny, about to do some real ratchet, hot girl summer 19 shit. To say the least. All right, so keep your focus, you guys. Keep the focus on leveling up. Like, level up, level up, level up. In your level up, you will come across someone. Trust me. It will all happen in divine timing. You will find your soulmate. You will find your companion in leveling up and in divine timing. And remember, like, don't just focus on love. You got to focus on more than just love, because if you're manifesting love, then what's going to happen is you're going to be fooled by the fact that love is only temporary. Okay, love is temporary. Companionship is forever. You have best friends that last sometimes longer than marriages. All right, so think companionship, think practicality when you're looking out here for a mate. Don't just think, don't number one, don't fall for the struggle love, but number two, don't fall for the fairy tale love either. It's something that goes both ways. All right, it goes both ways. And remember to stand in the truth of who you are divinely, as a divine male or divine masculine. And if you happen to be a blended gender, then you have to go with what resonates with you. Okay, go with what resonates with you. If you are part of the LGBTQ community, definitely go with what resonates with you as far as your energy flows. But for those that were born, male and female, stand in your truth, stand in who you are, and everything else will come. It'll flow, y'all. It'll flow. Okay, so that's really all I had to say about that. Keep your heart chakra open, y'all. My heart chakra is so open. I just want to love everybody. Like, between this Moldavite and this Libyan desert glass, man, I just want to give love to everybody. I'm just feeling it. So I'm gonna go with it. Y'all might see some shit about love, so don't be mad. All right, y'all. So y'all didn't say too much. It's all good. I know it's late, so I'm gonna post up this video, and I'll check you guys in the next video. And if you got anything else to say, put it down below in the comments. Let's talk about it. How do you feel about spiritual people finding love? I would love to know your thoughts on it. All right, you guys, have a great weekend. And full moon is coming, so I'm getting excited. The moon looks so pretty tonight. So if you can't get outside and look at the moon, all right? I'll check y'all later. Peace.